You're not scared of people. You know people pretty good, don't you, fella? This is where he's hanging out. This big Sasquatch structure, and I wonder if he's going to let me get even a little closer. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just coming to say hello. And I'm going to stop right here. Okay? Now let's have a look at you. What's the name? What's your name, fella? Scooter. Yeah, that's your name, Scooter. Hey, Scooter. You see, I guess it does help to be young at heart when you're dealing with the Sasquatch. Or in my case, immature. You always look for collaborative evidence around these big structures and stuff, and I've seen a lot around these. Of course, there's this kind of fence thing or whatever back in there too that was looked at before. Big structure, but check this out. This is an extremely interesting glyph. It's kind of 3D because it's propped up on the tree. Huh. Interesting. Well, it's got the friendship welcome X, but if you look at it this way, like an A, the stick propped up there usually means an individual, but yeah, is the stick propped out there part of the glyph, or is it just the individual who made the glyph? Because that's a new nuance for sure. The combination. Interesting. Something to ponder. But yeah, you know, like at least for me, in this area, you know, with these structures, you know, there's always a possibility kids were involved and made them, but you know, the collaborative evidence speaks volumes. So that's what I look for, and there's certainly a lot around here. Here's the Y stick. Man, Sasquatch, connected. Collaborative evidence. There's the X. It's really exciting to note that the glyph here, the X laying before your eyes here, is very, very similar to the glyph that I found propped up against a tree, the 3D one. So it's more than an X. So that's interesting. Another new nuance to figure out. Well, what do you know? The big fish glyph leading up to this was gone. It's gone now. Well, you know, somebody could have disturbed it. It was right here leading up to that. But yeah, somebody could have disturbed it. But by the same token, quite often when they leave you really, really personal stuff, like fish glyphs, personal messages for me, like the one actually. A little bud message from yesterday, the open triangle with the X, it's gone. Once again, a high volume area, so it could have been just scattered by people walking by. But in many cases, that does not appear to be the case. And so often, my point is that they will remove glyphs that are meant for you, personal ones. They'll only leave them up there for you to see, and then they'll take them away shortly thereafter. Very cool. Very, very cool indeed. Yeah, a little misty. A little bit of rain off and on, but all in all, a really nice day. I just wanted to reiterate on a point I made in the first video I made around here. You know, this to me, you know, like I'm talking about collaborative evidence. This to me is almost more compelling than the Great Big Fort. Because it's just, I've seen it so many different places that just this simple kind of thing where just a few sticks laid over a few stumps and whatever. And it really absolutely serves no purpose that I can think of that a human would do. You know, think about that, that's very compelling. I mean, I'm not trying to prove anything, obviously. But, you know, just speaking on it as far as observations, these kind of things are very compelling because they're simple, but they just don't belong. Something I just don't think people would do. You know, and then of course, like I said, and then you move over here and you see this, and I guess people might have done that, but you know, you see the big glyph there, the Y stick, you know, the glyph that I pointed out over here, the one that was kind of 3D, that I'm not really sure what it meant yet. It looked like an X, but it had like a walking stick leaning up against it, which usually indicates an individual, but I'm not sure in this case. It's interesting. Any event, so, you know, like I said, lots of collaborative evidence, and then there's the Big Daddy over here, and yeah, always fun. And you know, and sometimes you know, pay close attention, because the Sasquatch, if they're working with you, they want to see how observant you are, and sometimes they will do really subtle changes. Like they'll do that if you're leaving glyphs, trying to connect with them through glyphs, and doing, you know, what I suggested, or you've come up with on your own, or somebody else suggested, but you know, that kind of connection. Or just when you're observing their structures or their habits, or, you know, things they do. Pay very close attention to the subtle things, because quite often those are the things that will lead to bigger knowings and bigger understandings. Little breadcrumbs, the subtle things give you a broader understanding when you put them together, kind of. So, anyway, that's a really nice structure. But like I said, honestly, that little stump over there with just a few pieces of sticks across it, you know, that's almost more compelling than something huge like this. Although, you know, like I said, you know, it's no coincidence that when I first saw this, I was thinking about colored stones or whatever, or painted rocks, and here we go again, and then, you know, ribbon. Thinking about that too, so I don't know. It's a wild and wonderful world with these guys, and I don't put much to coincidence with them. But it's always fun.